So when somebody calls you to talk to you, never hijack it with advice, and particularly not with your own story about how that also happened to you. Hey everyone, this is Adam Law with a new video for Wanderings. Today's video is called Never Give Advice. The best thing in the world to have is friends who listen to you, who acknowledge you, who let you walk on your own way, but walk with you at your side. People tend to have this egotistical need to give advice. Most of the time, advice is given for oneself. We feel unsure, we feel egotistical, we want people to look at us and see how sagely and smart we are. But giving advice when someone calls you for help is the worst thing you could do, even when they ask for it. The reason is because people want to be acknowledged. They want to be heard. Your advice, while sometimes well-meaning, is smart and may have experience behind it. People generally know what they need to do. They call somebody because they're in a frantic, chaotic state of mind. They need relief. They need somebody to journey with them, to be with them. So when somebody calls you to talk to you, never hijack it with advice, and particularly not with your own story about how that also happened to you. When someone calls you for advice, you listen to them, you nod your head and say, yeah, I hear that. That's really hard. Oh, I can't believe that happened to you. Wow. You show empathetic words, facilitative questions, things which will get the person to feel heard and understood. That will make them feel better. That's what people want. Matter of fact, when you call somebody for help and you give them advice or you start talking about yourself and your own story and how that happened to you, generally the person walks away feeling unheard and angry at you and in a worse state of mind. Always, when someone calls you for advice, for help, just be a calm, listening presence, somebody who will walk with them. And this is advice that I learned through my experience as a psychotherapist, and it applies for everyone, for your family, for your friends. You really shouldn't ask family or people who are too close to you, who need you too much, for advice, because those people particularly have their own dogs in the game. Those are the people who are going to really care about what you have to say, because it affects them more. Even if they just don't want to see their son or their husband going through something bad and they want to get them out of it. But people know the answers to their questions. They just want somebody who to listen and acknowledge and care about what they have to say. So don't give them advice. Just be there, be present for them. Oftentimes I find if I'm calling somebody else for help, and the benefit of having friends, when I call them, I oftentimes will say, particularly if the person has a history of not being so good at it, I will say to them, right now, I'm not looking for advice. I just want to be heard and acknowledged. My suffering, I want that to be heard. And it makes a big difference if you tell people that, because you're not offending them. You're not telling them they're not smart or they're not good. You're saying is, I care about you, but right now, this is about me. Sometimes you have to make it about you, right? Maybe in that same conversation later, after you've resolved and you feel a little better, you can start talking about solutions, but not yet. As a friend, your number one job is just to listen, to hold space, show empathy, and walk on the journey with them. Don't say me too. Don't challenge them. Don't attack them. Don't make this about you. You will not solve their problem, and they will have a new problem, which is they will be upset at you. Learn how to be a good friend. It's the best skill you can have in life, for a life full of enrichment, purpose, and deep connection. Have a great day. This is Adam. If you're looking for help, if you're looking for psychotherapy, coaching with your problems, you can always reach me out, Adam Law, at Wanderings. You can see my information below.